What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggle's TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news in one single video. And in this video, we had official information coming out about the Galaxy S21 series of phones, the future of the S Pen, which always seems to be an interesting story by itself. We've got information on the Galaxy Buds Pro, the Galaxy Z Fold 3, and so much more. Enjoy this week's tech news, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Galaxy S21 and some display settings that are going to be just specific for the Galaxy S21. Now, this tweet comes from Max Weinbach. You can see the last one at the bottom here. It says these are from some One UI 3 beta strings, by the way, coming with S21 though. So at the top it says blue light mode, eye comfort shield. So it sounds like they're going to call their blue light mode, which basically turns your screen more yellow. Eye comfort shield, at least that's what I'm navigating through his first tweet at the top there. Below that, you're going to see adaptive. So if you change your screen to adaptive, it's going to automatically adjust your screen's colors based on the time of day. You'll see minor adjustments during the day and significantly warmer colors at night. Or if you choose custom, you can choose the color temperature that's right for you and set a schedule for when to apply it. So again, these are display settings that'll be coming with the Galaxy S21 line of phones. Next up is about Samsung Daily / Samsung Free. If you remember, if you use the Samsung launcher and you swipe from the left to the right, you get this, which is a bunch of information about your day, some news, stuff like that. You've never ever been able to choose the Google Discovery, which is on almost every other Android phone. And what that is this. Let me load up my OnePlus phone. So if you swipe from left to right, you get the Google version of this, which is, I would want this, and I love this. And I know you can use other third-party browsers and get their third-party launchers and get this, but it's now going to be officially be an option on the Samsung Galaxy S21 line of devices, and I would assume the other phones as well. This tweet comes from Max Weinbach, who says, can confirm Galaxy S21 will get Google Discovery feed as an option alongside Samsung Free on the One UI home launcher. So you're gonna get the option of what you want to choose. You can either use the Google Home Google Discovery, or the Samsung Free one. I'm using Google. No way, no doubt about it. What about you guys? You guys gonna stay with what Samsung gives you, or are you gonna switch over to Google? Let me know in the comments down below. As you know, Samsung always announces their new devices at what they call Samsung Unpacked, and it looks like invites are already going out. This is a tweet from Samsung's daddy, aka Rida, Samsung Rida, says, got my invite to Unpacked 2021, January 14th, 2021. So excited. And he is he's a community member. He's pretty popular over there on the Samsung community boards and on getting his name out there on Twitter as well. So this is big news. Obviously, it's officially January 14th as the announcement of the phone, and then the release date is supposed to be January 29th. We're exactly 1 month away. And the last story of the day comes from Let's Go Digital, who has officially created some renders. These are not official, but they're saying this is exactly what it's going to look like. And we see the new color, which is the bronze brownish color, Phantom Bronze, Phantom Brown, whatever they end up calling it. Alongside, as you can see, the S Pen, which will be an accessory that you can purchase separately from the Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G. And then we also see the Phantom Blue color alongside the S Pen as well. And the blue looks fantastic. I love that blue. Blue might be the color to get as well if that ever hits American shores. I'm sure to get that. And then you get the titanium as well. All these colors look really, really sweet on here. I'm liking the new camera too. The camera module looks really, really nice. It's very modern looking. I'm digging it so far, thus far, with all of those, the black, the blue, the titanium, and the bronze for the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is Samsung. If you remember, they put out an animated video, I don't know, maybe it was a week ago, and it was about this like little old guy, and he was sad. They've done a follow-up to that as expected. Today's December 15th, and pretty much it's this little like animated doll thing that the cute little doll thing that gets in his life, and I guess motivates him. He learns guitar and can sing, And eventually it ends up just being the announcement of the Exynos, that they're, I guess, happy with the performance of the Exynos and that we're gonna get it this year. And it's probably really just the Exynos 2100 in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, Exynos, they're happy for it, they're excited, they're confident, it looks like, and they're ready to tell the whole world. And we're only about a month away from it being in your hands. If you live in Indonesia and you're a Samsung fan, click on the link down below. There's a tweet from Samsung Indonesia saying, "Something epic is on its way. Be the first to know by registering on and get a shot to win the next Galaxy." So if you click on that, you live in Indonesia, you have a chance at winning the next Galaxy. It just says, when you get to the page, it says an epic Galaxy that will change the way you tell stories. Register now for exclusive updates, promotions, and offers. Indonesia only, but still pretty cool that they're already starting to promote the Galaxy S21 phones. Here's the very first official press shot released by Evan Blass of the Galaxy S21 5G. Don't really see anything on here. You see the basic design of the phone, the front. There's no back photo or anything, but you see the buttons on the side, power button on the right, towards the bottom, and then the volume buttons above that. Camera in the top middle. And the last story of the day is very interesting, and it's officially from Samsung. It's right on their webpage. I'll link all these stories I always talk about, always link down below if you want to read more into them or watch the video that I spoke about. But regardless, this one talks basically about the future of the S Pen and foldable phones coming straight from the horse's mouth. This is a interview that was done with TM Rowe, president and head of mobile communications business, Samsung Electronics. And the big takeaway here is, it's a big long article, but the big takeaway is one of the paragraphs, a little bit into it, says, "True to our heritage of staying ahead of the curve with trailblazing mobile tech, we'll be expanding our portfolio of foldables so this groundbreaking category is more accessible to everyone. And while we're already known for our revolutionary cameras, we'll never stop trying to outdo ourselves. So be on the lookout for super intelligent pro-grade camera and video capabilities in 2021. We've also been paying attention to people's favorite aspects of the Galaxy Note experience and are excited to add some of its most well-loved features to other devices in our lineup." And again, there's a bunch of takeaways in this, but the two biggest one I feel like are they're bringing more foldables, and we've been talking about these rumors for a while, but more foldables to the market. It sounds like they're going to bring ones that are less expensive, ones that have S Pens, ones that are amazing, ones that are mid-tier. Sounds like you're going to be able to, basically almost every price budget, it sounds like we'll potentially be able to get a foldable phone from Samsung. And then the other part, I kind of already mentioned it, the S Pen. They didn't say literally the S Pen, but what features does the Note have that, say, the Galaxy S line doesn't have? It's the S Pen. So we've been hearing that it's going to be in other phones. We've heard it's going to be in the S line, S21 Ultra. We've heard it's going to be in the next Z Fold 3. Who knows where else it's going to show its face, but it looks like S Pen is showing up in more devices, as are foldable phones, will be more of those as well. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is a comparison size-wise and design-wise, iPhone 12 versus the Galaxy S21. Now these are just the normal editions of these phones, and both phones are kind of similar in size. Obviously the iPhone 12 is a little bit shorter, and the S21 a little bit taller than that, but otherwise very similar in terms of what you get in size. And then the other big thing is here, obviously you have the huge notch on the iPhone, which they need to get rid of. They need to definitely move on from this. And then you get little butthole on the S21. Which one design do you guys like better? I'm assuming most of you guys are gonna say the S21. Let me know in the comments down below. Next up is about the Exynos 2100, which will be the processor inside of the Galaxy S21 series of phones. We have some benchmarks, and it seemed like they were gonna be like absolutely amazing, and they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're not like that much better than a Snapdragon 865. Single core score was 1068 on the Exynos 2100 and 3314 multi-score. Now, if we look at scores for the 865, single core is 886, so obviously the Exynos beats it in that. and then you get a 3202 score on multi-core. And again, the Exynos has beat that, but basically it's like a revved up 865 plus, somewhere in that range of scoring. Next up, if you use Samsung Messages, there's an update rolling out via server that's going to allow you to use RCS, Google's version of RCS. RCS, remember, is like Android's version of iMessage, so you can send bigger, clearer videos and files and things like that, and you can see read receipts and things like that. That's rolling out right now for the Samsung texting app. You should have it eventually, everybody soon, but it is rolling out right now. You might already have it, so if you do, great. Otherwise, just wait and you'll be ready for it. I've had it for a while because I use the Android Messages app, but there you go. And the last story of the day is about the Galaxy Note line of phones. Are we going to have one? Are we not going to have one? Is it going to end? Now, the latest rumors I've been telling you guys is that there will be a Note 21 phone, and Samsung at least confirms that. Maybe not so much the future of it in terms of like beyond this coming year, but they do confirm that there will be more Note phones. Now, this article comes from Yonhap News over in Korea, who says Samsung denies rumors of Galaxy Note series discontinuation, and then the quote they have from a Samsung official says, "We are preparing to release the Galaxy Note series next year," which would be 2021, a Samsung official said, on condition of anonymity. Did I say it right? Anonymity. I think I said it right. So yes, there will be a Galaxy Note 21 phone. Beyond that, the rumors are there won't be. Who knows? Maybe things will change. Before we get into the news, I wanted to let you know and hype up a video that I have coming out tomorrow. It's with Ross Young. It's a 20-minute interview that I did with him. He is very, very knowledgeable on mobile phone displays, and we covered the gamut with the new Samsung phones coming out, the Galaxy S21 Ultra, the Galaxy Z Fold 3. We covered how big the front display is and the inside display is of the Galaxy Z Fold 3, S Pen support, if the S Pen is going to be inside or out. And the information I got there is pretty much exclusive in terms of what we know and different than what we've heard across the board and up to this point about that phone. We covered the S Pen and the future of it with other phones and all kinds of cool stuff. So make sure you watch that 20-minute interview. It'll be released tomorrow morning. So make sure you have your subscription already subbed and also your notifications turned on for this channel, because it's a really interesting, huge video. Let's jump into today's news, and we have Galaxy S21, 21 Plus, and 21 Ultra official real renders that Samsung will end up putting out that you'll see on their site, but we're seeing them right now, and they've been released by Mr. Roland Quand, and they're on his website Win Future. Everything's linked down below if you want to check these out in real time. Let's take a look. So in his first tweet, he says Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, first official marketing pics of the new top-end model of the official flagship series in Phantom Silver. So when we take a closer look at this Phantom Silver, the headlines down below say flat display and an extremely eye-catching camera module, and it's beautiful. This color is really, really cool. And if you can see just by the back of the phone, you can see that it is a little bit reflective, and it's interesting because we got a little bit more information from a tweet from Chun, who says, according to his source, using the exact Phantom Silver S21 Ultra, it's a mix between the Note 10 Aura Glow and Note 7 Silver Titanium with subtle rainbow effect and some white hue. The matte finish is basically the same as the bronze Note 20 Ultra. And again, going back to the photo, we can see that there's gonna be some reflective rainbowish colors in this. This is gonna be amazing looking. This might be the color I might have to get at this point if it comes in all the requirements that I want, highest amount of RAM and blah, 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 storage, all that great stuff. This is going to be a fantastic looking phone. Obviously, the front looks very similar to what we get with any of the other Galaxies the last couple of years. And the new wallpaper, that's official wallpaper. That'll be one of the wallpapers that will be on the phone as well. And then a little side view of the camera bump on the back there. Doesn't look too crazy, Hopefully it's not too crazy. Hopefully it'll continue to, seems like it's a little bit more protected this year based off the module that they put in there. Rather than just the camera sticking out, you get that whole module sticking out to protect it a little bit better. And then here's some photos of the S21, S21 Plus series of phones with all the different colors. You got the Phantom Violet, the Phantom, I believe that's pink, Phantom Black, Phantom White, all these great looking colors for the S21 and S21 Plus. Coming out to a store near you as should be announced on January 14th and then released either January 22nd or 29th. I've heard both of those dates thus far. Speaking of the Galaxy S21, it's going to come with either the Exynos 2100 or the Snapdragon 888. You might be curious of benchmarks for this phone. We're looking at the benchmarks here. These are obviously reported. These aren't, official, but they're supposed to be somewhat official. So Snapdragon 888 is a score of 1105 and 3512 for single and multi. 1074 and 3354 for the Exynos 2100, and for the A14 you're looking at 1597 and 4112. So across the board, A14 for the iPhone does outperform still even the newest processors that aren't even out for Samsung and the Snapdragon version of the phone. But overall, Snapdragon versus Exynos, Snapdragon still takes the cake just ever so slightly in both of those scores. But benchmarks don't always tell the whole story in terms of performance and usability and all that stuff with a phone. So as you know, Samsung phones have been exceedingly amazingly fast, so shouldn't be any issues with that this year as well. And the last story of the day has to do with the S Pen. The S Pen is going to come out for the Galaxy S21 Ultra. It's going to be a separate purchase, and you're going to have to buy a case, probably officially from Samsung, so it houses it inside of the phone. You probably buy third party as well, but right off the bat, Samsung will have cases, 2 at the time of the phone's release, that you can purchase. You might be wondering, what's the model number of the new S Pen for the S21 Ultra, and also what color is it gonna come into? And when you notice, I didn't say colors, I said color. Here's the tweet from Roland Quad, who says the model number is gonna be EJ-PG998. S Pen styles for the Galaxy S21 Ultra, and then in a responding tweet to himself, he put, will be available as part of a bundle with some covers, aka cases, and as a standalone SKU, black only for now. So it looks like if you do get the Galaxy S21 Ultra and you want to get an S Pen with that phone, you're gonna have to get the S Pen in the color of black, which makes sense. Maybe they don't want to release a bunch of these, maybe they do, it depends. I won't be surprised if they only release it in one color. Not a lot of people are probably gonna buy it, and then whatever, it's an S Pen. It's gonna be housed in the phone most of the time. When it's not, black matches basically everything. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day, Samsung has officially, by their own Twitter, announced their new Exynos processor. Now here you go, it says Exynos is back. A whole new Exynos is coming January 12th, 2021. And they're probably talking about the 1080 and the 2100 and the big leaps in performance those have had that are basically bringing them up to snuff almost within a couple of points of the new Snapdragon 888 in terms of benchmark scores. All of this is good, all of this is great. And you only have to wait a few more weeks before we hear even more information about Samsung's newest processor that'll be out in most of the world. Next up, if you want the official Samsung Galaxy S21 wallpapers on your phone right this moment, you can download them from Samsung Ride's official website. They're linked down below. There's 12 high-res wallpapers, 4 high-res DeX wallpapers, and 6 high-res lock screen wallpapers, all within a download away. Head there now to get them right this moment. Want to see something really cool? Galaxy S20 Ultra versus the Galaxy S21 Ultra. The back of these phones, there's a big difference, and I love the new way the new phone looks. It looks awesome. Check out this look. So you see the S20 Ultra looks, I think, completely dated at this point. It looks like a robot, looks like a machine, I don't know. And then you see the sleekness and the cool of the S21 Ultra look there. I absolutely love it. I think it looks great. Which one do you guys think looks better? S20 Ultra camera module or the S21 Ultra module? I'm going with the S21 Ultra module as my win. Let me know what you guys think. Next up is the pricing for the S21 series of phones. Now, these are European prices, but still, these should carry over somewhat to the American market and the rest of the world as well. Check this out. This tweet comes from Ishan Argarwal, Info on the S21 series, Europe pricing. S21 128 gigabytes going to be 849 euros. The S21 Plus will be 1049 euros for the 128 and 1099 euros for the 256 gigabyte. And for the S21 Ultra 128 gigabyte model, you're looking at 1399 euros. Obviously, S21 Ultra will probably also come in 512 or 256 at the very least. I doubt 128 is going to be its only storage amount. And at that point, if it's 256 or even 512, you're looking at probably close to 1599 again in terms of pricing. This really looks like the pricing is going to remain the same. There's rumors that the prices are going to be less. But if these prices equate over to American dollars, you're looking at basically the same pricing as before. Possibly the middle phones are cheaper, the S21 Plus, which is probably the best selling phone anyway. I don't even know which one sells the best, to be honest with you, out of the three lines, the regular, the Plus, or the Ultra. I doubt the Ultra does because it's so expensive, but the Ultra is looking to be the same exact price last year versus it was this year. This is highly unfortunate. How do you guys feel about this pricing if it carries over dollar for dollar in America? I'm talking $849 American, $1049 American, $1099 American, and $1399 American dollars. And obviously those are Euro prices. So if you really equate it out and factor it in, it's going to be even more. So for instance, hey Google, how much is 1,400 euros in American dollars?
1,400 euros equals $1,716.05.
I doubt it's going to be that expensive, but still, it's going to be expensive. And the last story of the day is a rumor, so this might not come true, but we're talking about the pre-order gifts with the S21 series of phones, especially the Ultra phone. Let's jump in to this. So this tweet comes from Tron saying the Korean market, 90% confirmation. Saying RAM 12 gigabytes only for the Ultra. The rest of the series will have 8 gigabytes, which I'll be kind of surprised by that, but we'll see. S21 Ultra will have 120 hertz display with QHD mode. So you can do the full resolution, the 2K plus resolution at 120 hertz this year. You couldn't do that last year's versions of phone. You should be able to with this year's. Also, the S Pen and dedicated case that will house the S Pen should be pre-order gifts, at least in Korea. So if you get the S21 Ultra, you're looking at your pre-order gift as the S Pen and dedicated case. And then all models are going to come with 25 watt chargers, which are not going to be included. So you will not get a 25 watt charger inside the box, at least in Korea. And the screen protector will come pre-installed as it has in the past couple of years. So let's talk about that tweet a little bit. If you get the S21 Ultra, you're looking at the dedicated case that will house the S Pen and the actual S Pen. I would also suspect, just because that's not a very expensive gift, I mean, they'll make it expensive, but for them to give it away, it's very cheap. I would also expect that you'd probably be able to get the Galaxy Buds Pro, or either or. I highly expect the Galaxy Buds Pro to come as a pre-order gift some way with that. And then no charger in the box, I've heard that. Won't surprise me. I hope they do put a charger in the box, especially with the cost of these phones, but the rumor is they're not, and per this tweet, doesn't look like they're going to either. Let's get into the tech news. We only got one story today, and it's basically a rehash of an interview I did a couple of days ago with Ross Young, and I know a lot of people didn't see this video, so that's why I'm kind of rehashing some very important information about the Galaxy Z Fold 3 phone. That's it. That's my Z Fold 2. But the Z Fold 3, there's been rumors about the Galaxy Z Fold 3, the successor to the Z Fold 2, being smaller, having basically about a 4-inch front display, and then the inside display was going to drop down like 7 inches. Right now, you're looking at 7.59 on the inside display and 6.23 inches on the outside display. And those changes that we've been hearing over the last month or so have been, at least to me, very, very disappointing, to the point where I'm like, man, this might be the first time I don't upgrade to the next phone and I just stick with the same phone, like in a long, long time. Because I love this phone, but I always want the newest, latest, greatest, best thing for this phone. Well, I did an interview with Ross Young. Ross Young, if you don't know him, is a insider, an analyst for mobile displays and displays overall. He's got his own company that he runs and gets all this information. And in my interview, if you want to watch it, I'll put the full interview down below. There's more than what I'm just showing here, but one of the big topics that really interested me was the screen size and some of the screen technology that'll be in the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Now I'll give you a little synopsis now, and then I'll play the 1 minute clip or so you can listen to him say it as well. But basically, this display will be smaller on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. The front display will be smaller, and the inside display will be smaller, but not by that much. So that's the great part. You're looking at 6.23 on the front display currently. Z Fold 3 is due to be 6.21, so like less than 1%. Barely any difference. And then on the inside display, you're looking at 7.59 currently down to 7.55. Again, less than 1%, barely probably anything noticeable than what you'll see on this upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 3, along with S Pen support. S Pen is due to go inside of the phone, not be outside the phone like it will be on the Galaxy S21 Ultra. It should house directly into the phone. And there's a lot of space in here. Maybe they'll put it in the middle. That's where I kind of feel like they're gonna put it, is smack dab in the middle. Because if you're lefty or righty, you can grab it and you'll still be comfortable smack dab in the middle. That's where I think they're gonna end up putting it. I might be wrong, but that's just where I feel like they're gonna end up housing the S Pen when it goes into the phone. Onto the little clip that I did with Ross.
That the S21 Ultra will have S Pen support, and the Z Fold 3, they're really working on trying to make that happen as well, with an integrated phone, with an integrated pen. And that means that the Z Fold 3 display size is actually going to shrink a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the rumors that it's going to be small. Yeah,
well, not that much smaller. I mean, less than 0.5%. We think it's going from 7.59 to 7.55.
Oh, okay. So because there's rumors out there it was going to drop down about 7 inches.
Yeah, we don't think that's the case. We think the masks are being cut at 7.55, and that'll be with LTPO and variable refresh, 120 hertz, just like the Fold 2, as well as narrower bezels. And of course, they're trying to include an under panel camera as well.
Speaking of the display size on the Z Fold 3, you mentioned that it's basically going to be about the same, 7.55 versus 7.59. What about the front? Have you heard anything about that having 120 hertz, larger, smaller, same? Anything about that?
Yeah, we think that size is going to shrink a little bit from 6.23 to 6.21. So giving you very precise.
So there you guys go. That is your news for today. Galaxy Z Fold 3 is still looking like a bad boy phone. Awesome. I'm super excited for it now at this point, especially with the display size basically staying the same. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Galaxy S21 Ultra night mode photos, taking photos of the moon, and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, and which one took a better photo, again, of the moon. Let's check this out. This tweet comes from Super Chun, aka Chun. He says, my sources gave me 2 moon pictures. One is the Exynos S21 Ultra that my source is using. Another is the Exynos Note 20 Ultra. Even with Twitter compression, you can still tell the difference between both of these. Both pics are handheld, 50x zoom, by the way, and taking a photo of the, look at the first one, looks very, very natural. You can see the imprints of the moon and looks lovely, right? Absolutely lovely, lovely moon photo. And then we take a look at the Note 20 Ultra, and this one looks a little bit, which I actually don't mind the look of this. I actually prefer the way this one looks. It's more eye-catching because it's got like this orange glow to it. Looks pretty cool. But still, if you're looking to take a moon photo, you probably want it to look a little bit more natural, and that would be with what you're gonna get with the S21 Ultra. Next up, could this be what the Galaxy Z Fold 3 will look like when it's released later in 2021? Let's take a look at this. This information and render was created by Techmaster DSK, and it says Galaxy Z Fold 3 concept. And we see the phone obviously with the S Pen on there, which is due to be blue. I don't even know what color it's going to be, actually. We don't know about that. I know it's going to be black on the S21 Ultra, but Z Fold 3, maybe it'll match the color of the phone. But you can see right here, obviously this might, it's not like probably 100% accurate, but potentially this is what could look like. So you're looking at the cameras on the back there with the flash. And then on the front there, you get that smaller screen, which is due to be 6.21 inches, down from 6.23 inches. And then on the big open display, you'll get a 7.51 inch display with S Pen support, which is down from 7.59, actually 7.55 versus 7.59. And then the S Pen support, and the S Pen is supposed to be housed inside the phone. And as you can see, the big thing on this year's Z Fold 3 that's coming up would be that the cameras would be underneath the display on the main display, and that's why you don't see it there at all. And our last story of the day is about the Galaxy Buds Pro, which would be the successor to the Galaxy Buds Live, which are excellent true wireless buds, and these should be even better. Let's take a look at this tweet. This tweet comes from Ishan Agarwal, who says Galaxy Buds Pro renders. They found this information through the wearable APK. It was found and uploaded by The Bone, and supports multiple levels of active noise cancellation and ambient sound. So it sounds like you're gonna be able to choose your levels of how much you want active noise cancellation and ambient sound to be. More, less, so you'll have control over that. Voice detection feature, which automatically turns on ambient sound. Now remember, the way that's gonna work, it sounds like, is if it hears a voice, it's gonna automatically turn on ambient sound, which allows you to hear your surrounding space around you. So if someone is talking, it would automatically turn that on. You wouldn't have to hit anything. That's a really, really neat feature. Could get distracting as well though. 3D spatial audio with head tracking, which is going to give you 3D sound all the way around you, front, back, side, left, right, wherever you want to be, you'll be able to get 3D sound. And then lastly, you get seamless earbud connection. So it'll seamlessly connect, so you don't really have to, go into Bluetooth and find it and this and that. It'll just automatically do all of that for you. Obviously, you'll still have to connect though. He also has another tweet in here. It says, it seems like the Buds Pro lack the double tap edge of the earbuds to adjust the volume. He says, I use this all the time on my Buds Pluses, and you don't even need to tap the edges. I just tap my ears to adjust the volume. It was very convenient, but it looks like that feature will be removed from the Galaxy Buds Pro. So the Galaxy Buds Pro definitely adding some very, very nice features. I love the feature of having ambient sound turn on automatically if it hears a voice. That's gonna make life a lot easier in a lot of regards. If you wear earbuds all the time, but you wanna hear if someone's saying something to you, that's gonna be fantastic. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, do you take moon photos? I haven't in a while, and that's mostly due because the Z Fold 3 doesn't have a very long zoom, and it doesn't take amazing moon photos like the S20 Ultra and the Note 20 Ultra did. But let me know if you still do, and how often you do it. That is your question of the day. We'll see you guys down the road.